IG tripping. All right. I got the request. I hit accept. Go live with Mike Storms. Come on. Come on. Come on. Division One dreams. Not too sure yet, boss, but I'll definitely let you know. Definitely let you know. Till we talk proper hand placement. I'm sure that will definitely come up in conversation. 100% it'll come up. Anybody on here have any experience with IG Live? Because right now this is it's making me want to pull my hair out. Yeah, it says that I sent you a request, coach, and I saw yours come through. Hey, Chris, I'm about to send you a request just to test this out. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Dang, I just got the message said Coach Storms is unable to join. Oh, that's
What up, bro?
crazy, but it's working with you. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? Actually, we're headed to do some training right now.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I'm not too
Try to,
sure what's going on with my IG right now. Shoot, I appreciate you helping me out with this, though.
yeah, bro, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At least you know it works now.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna try to troubleshoot this. I'm gonna hit you up on another note, bro. Appreciate you.
Peace. I don't actually know how to hang up.
Oh, well, I
We'll snap.
figured it out.
We'll do this.
Oh, there we go. I got you. Okay, so my IG's working. Hmm. Honestly, coach, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's much to set, to be honest with you. Let me see if I add you as a moderator. Okay, cool. How can I get better at reading plays as a D end? Eye discipline. Okay, cool. So you're accepted to be the moderator. I would assume that you could just join as well. But yeah, Andrew, just to kind of answer your question while we're figuring this out, eye discipline, brother. You got to fix the eyes. As soon as your eyes get lost, as soon as they get lost, you can't read anything, right? I had a coach who used to tell me, you see a little, you see a lot. And what that meant, let me just give you a rudimentary example. If I notice that I'm playing D end, right? The offensive lineman is staring directly at me, right? The running back in the backfield is opposite of me. Chances are the play is coming towards me, right? If I read a little bit more, I look off to the sideline, I see it's 1st and 10. I look at the play clock, it's the beginning of the game, right? Those little tells, you can't join unless I stop being moderator. Oh man. All right. All right. Drop your moderator status and let's see if we can. I'm gonna remove you as a moderator and I'm gonna send you a request. If this doesn't work, I'm so sorry, people. We're gonna have to just try this again another time. Or I could spin this into something else. A live Q&A. If you got questions, join the live and ask. And then me and Coach Mike will figure out a way to get on this because let me just give you all the premise of this. Oh, hold on, try now. Okay, let's try it now. Let's try it now. Hold on, people. Summertime. Yeah, we're both on our phones right now, Chris. So it's so weird. I don't know what's going on. I want to send the invite again. There we go.
So, hey, bro, can you hear me?
Awesome. But hold on. I can't hear you though. Oh my gosh. Let me take the headphones out.
Can you hear me now? How about now?
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Perfect.
So, in my ignorance, I just asked Siri, and he said, "Try updating your app." So I needed to update Instagram. So it's totally on me. Totally my fault, my mistake. Technology 101. Make sure your apps and programs are up to date.
There you go.
So
There
it's
you
on
go.
me.
Wise words before we even get started. I
Oh,
love it.
bro.
I love it.
Hey, do you know why? You know why older people have so much wisdom?
Let me hear
They've made more damn mistakes than you even got started making,
it.
right? So when I'm
That's a good
talking to
point.
people, well, success, bro, is like if you knew you had to get 50 no's to trying to get a job as a Division I football coach or NFL coach, how fast would you try to get interviews to get those 50 no's? That the
That's it. You'd be
51st one was
searching
going to
for
be
the
your out.
nose.
And that's like the kids that, like when I talk to the kids that are recruiting at Tulane, and I'm like, hey, or going and trying to go to the league. You don't worry about getting drafted. Just get in a camp and outwork everybody in the damn camp and study film better than everybody because they're looking for the non-field things as well as the field things. If you're
Oh
kind
yeah.
of a tweener, they're not sure about you, bro. There's so many things, but people get discouraged so easily. So it's one of the big things we got to do as coaches. How can
Yeah.
I be a master motivator
Yes.
and a master communicator? And I love football coaching. I love martial arts instruction. I love military hand-to-hand combat instruction. I have a hobby farm. I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. I'm a mentor. Coaches worry so much about their football IQ. They've neglected their leadership and communication IQ.
Oh yeah. Oh
And in
yeah.
this NIL stage, in college football particularly, if you can't connect with the kids,
Hmm.
like coaches are like, the kids don't listen. I'm like, bro, kids listen when you learn how the kid learns.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Some
100%.
kids learn auditory, visual, or kinesthetic. And coaches, if you're listening to this, or players, study neuro-linguistic programming. NLP will change how you talk to your spouse, your kids, your people at the bank, people at the grocery store, but particularly people you're trying to lift up to create a better life.
Hmm.
Athletically, health and wellness, relationally, financially. Find out what their why is and speak to that. Like I'm coaching a kid that's going to play on Sundays privately as well as at Tulane. He was the Conference USA first team, had 10 and a half sacks last year, one of the defensive
Yeah.
players of the year for Conference USA. And I'm like, what do you want? He's, well, coach, I want this. I'm like, why do you want that? Well, why do you want
Hmm.
that? Why do you want to play on Sundays? Well, I want to prove everybody wrong. I'm like, well, why is that important to you? If you don't get to the heart of the matter of the kid, you don't know how to speak to their heart to get them to want to be better and listen to you because
Yeah.
we're too transactional as coaches. We got
Hmm.
to be transformational coaches, and that comes from connection. And I know, bro, you know this because you're nodding your head and I watch all your posts. And it's not about being soft. I'm a ninth degree black belt. I'm a United States Marine. I
Yeah.
was a bouncer in bars in New York and New Jersey when I was in my early teens, and then all through college. And then when I had my first karate school, I couldn't pay my rent. So I lived in my karate school after I got out of the Marines and was bouncing in bars on Bourbon Street to be able to pay my rent because I had
Man,
35 students.
straight grit.
You learn real quick what martial arts works and doesn't work when you're bouncing in a bar. And that like kind of segue into it, bro. So my
Yeah.
martial arts instructor, still 40 years, retired
Mhm.
Marine Corps Master Sergeant, founders of the Marine Corps martial arts systems. Still, he's like my second dad. He was the martial arts coach for the San Diego Chargers for
Okay.
7 years. And that's how I got my start. He was like, hey, Mike, you know football. Why don't you come with me to train the Chargers? And it was insanity. It was, like Joe Phillips, Gary Plummer, Junior Seau, Billy Ray Smith. I mean, it was the stuff. And my
Straight
instructor,
guys.
yeah, my instructor's 5'5", 148 pounds, throwing them on their faces and punishing. And so, when you look at football and martial arts, and it goes all the way back to the late 70s with the manimal Randy White, who brought martial
Mhm.
arts, right, to the Dallas Cowboys and practiced martial arts. He was a freaking interior lineman in the league when they weren't making much money. And for 16 years and never, I think he missed one game,
Damn.
right? And he's in the Hall of Fame and he's a monster. And then a buddy of
Of
mine,
course.
George Chun, was Jerry Rice's martial arts instructor, and Jerry brought him to the 49ers. And then
Mhm.
George got a Super Bowl ring. And then there's Joe Kim, my buddy who's been in the NFL for 32 years, just got his first full-time college job. And we clinic together every year. He's the
Yeah.
GOAT of the martial arts guys in the league. And he just got a job as the skill development coordinator at the Fighting Illini. And so
Mhm.
people use more, like Micah Smith does martial arts, Max Crosby does it. All the guys do it. They might do boxing, they might do jiu-jitsu. Those
Yeah.
things
Oh yeah.
are good training mechanisms with like boxing, great conditioning, great for hand speed. We don't use closed hands in defensive, offensive, wide receiver, DB, tight end, linebacker play. It's open hands. We don't protect
Mhm.
our hands. So all that stuff's good as an adjunct training.
Yes.
But for martial arts, for football, the open-handed striking arts are best because it is the most easily translatable and meshed.
For
You
sure.
know, does that make sense?
100%, right? Oh,
So that's
100%. It
kind of my
definitely does.
my opening thing, and I've had the great fortune of coaching Hall of Fame players, all pros, all Americans,
Mhm.
national champions, Super Bowl champions, and stuff like that. And I didn't. They always like, "Oh, coach, you made me an all pro." I'm like, I didn't make you nothing. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm a guide. You had 95% of the stuff, and I live right in New Orleans, best food in the world.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just add a little bit more spice to your gumbo, bro. I didn't make the
That's it. Just
gumbo.
put a little bit of sauce on
Yeah,
there.
you don't
Yep. Just
make
a little
the
seasoning.
gumbo, right? You're already a tank with a tank gun. I just added an
Mhm.
extra speed, right?
Yep.
An extra
Yep.
gear and maybe an extra machine gun, giving you more weapons, but it's you. Because the same with
Hmm.
health coaching. Coach, you changed my life. I didn't change your life. You changed your life. I just gave you a different map.
That's it. Inadvertently, you change his life, or inadvertently, you're changing athletes' lives. But essentially, it's really the athletes, and I say that as well too. I get parents that say, "Oh my gosh, like thank you so much for doing this and this. Like you changed my child." And no, it's I really just helped him find what was already inside of him.
100%, bro. And I appreciate the credit, but I wanted to like when uh when I get credit for stuff, I don't do it. I say I appreciate it. The D
Yeah,
coordinator had a perfect game plan.
yeah, oh yeah,
That kid, the light bulb finally went off in his personal confidence that he believed he could defeat his opponent, which I call enemies. One of the things I do with football, and you were asking me about Marine Corps stuff, these people aren't your opponents. They're your enemies. They just slapped your grandmother in the face. That's
yeah,
the guy you're fighting.
yes. Figure it out.
Switch that mindset. This is, you're a defensive lineman.
Yeah, you
The
look.
interior
It's
line
on
fight,
site.
it's hand-to-hand combat, and you're trying to kill that son of a gun, and
That's
he's trying
it.
to kill you or take your check or take your
Yes, and the
scholarship. But the frame of mind is like, there's a little bit of, and you get the dog in you, I know it, right?
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
of the cats that got the skill set and the genetic DNA for it, they need to let the monster out of the cage. And a lot of the young kids need
yes,
permission for that in our, you know, castrated Western civilization for men in the last 10 or 20 years. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. I am the kindest, nicest person to women, the elderly, and children. Other
yep,
men, some of them get a pass from me, some of them don't.
sure,
Cruel men are weak men exerting force
yes,
over weak people. I'm a
yes, I
sheepdog.
agree.
I protect people in parking lots. I protect people late at night. My wife and I got out to dinner and somebody's being rude to the waiter. I'm like, hey, buddy, everything okay?
Yeah,
You know,
like, hold on,
just
like,
slow down.
check your
What's up?
temperature. Yeah,
Yeah, because the deterrent for crime, and we're getting off subject here from football, but not really, because being a man,
yeah,
the deterrent for crime when crime changed in the U.S. in the 1970s or so and continues to worsen, if a man was smacking his kid around or his wife at a bar, restaurant, at the boardwalk, at a club, 3 or 4 guys would go over there and intervene.
oh, 100%.
Men don't intervene in situations and, oh, I might get shot. Whatever. He ain't going to get shot. You're just a coward. But, so we need to let these young minds let them know. And I tell the kids, I'm like, when you put your chin straps on in practice, the O lineman's your enemy.
Hmm.
If he's not complaining
Yes,
about how hard you're going, you're doing that brother-in-law BS, and I won't have it. I want you to
yeah,
punish that guy and make him pay every time he touches you, right?
every time,
And
every
one of the
single
things, it's a
time.
Marine Corps thing. You're asking my Marine Corps stuff is one of the things we say
Yes,
all the time. I say, what is pain? And all the players resound back to me, pain is weakness leaving my body. I said, that's right.
yes,
If
sir.
you feel pain, that's an indication of you need to condition your arms and hands, abs, stamina, strength, breathing, whatever has to get stronger. It's an indication of
Mm.
weakness. And so the warrior mindset stuff. I know you got some questions you want to ask me, but since we were late, I just wanted to kind of blow off kind of what we were going to talk about a little bit.
Honestly, you really dove into it already. And like, if we want to hone in on the questions, I guess let me just ask this one right quick. We just
Sure.
started talking about it. What's your perspective on mindset versus skill development? How do you balance the mental resilience and technical training?
Yeah, it's so
Uh,
important.
just
So
with that.
all of my best friends in the league, and I mean, like I stood in their weddings and stuff. They're all
Okay,
strength.
yeah.
They're all strength coaches or D
Mm,
linemen. Same with
yep.
college. Like the coach at Tulane, the head strength coach Rusty Witt, coached with him 2 seasons at UL. He's a Green Beret. I'm a Marine. There's an Army Marine Corps ball busting that is epic between him and I. And, and he's
Yeah.
156 combat missions in Iraq, Green Beret. I mean,
Wow.
he's a war veteran,
Wow.
and he's one of the best guys I know. And played college football at Abilene Christian, just a beast of a guy. And
Mm,
I love the guys, and they're great at their craft, and they do a phenomenal job growing people's speed and strength. But there, as you
mhm.
know, bro, whatever your bench
Yeah.
got to, whether it's 425, 450, you're not going to bench more than that.
No.
Once you get to your bench max, when you're 26 ish, that's it. There is no limit. Once you get to your 4.5, 4.45, 4.6, that's it. That's your 40.
Yeah.
No matter how much
Oh
you
yeah.
train, how many box jumps you do, how explosive your glutes are, how many resistance band get offs you do, how many medicine ball throw push you do out of here for your first 2 steps, which are the key to the get
Mhm.
off, shin angle,
Yep.
body angle, stride length, all that
Yeah. All
matters.
that. Yes, sir.
No dancing. Don't dance laterally on your first 2 steps. Step on his toes, break his nose, then do your move.
There it
Get in his
is.
face.
Attack. Yeah. Attack. Attack.
Hack his
Attack.
ass. Make him feel like he has no rest and you're trying to rip his throat out.
Yeah.
So, but that to say, there's no limit to skill set and mindset.
Hmm.
You watch guys who, like one of my offensive linemen, he was in the league 9 years when I met him. The reason I met him was because he was going against my D lineman when he was playing for the Carolina Panthers. Then he came to New Orleans. He's like, what are you guys doing? You're killing me. And they're like, well, you got to get with our martial arts Marine coach.
Yeah.
And so he got with me as an O lineman, and he kindly said in an interview on ESPN that I gave him 3 more years in his career because he learned how to do everything more efficiently, and his skill set
Yes.
changed. Somebody posted a question when we were trying to go live about hand placement.
Yeah.
There's a different hand placement for whether it's a run play or whether it's a pass rush or whether it's a
Yeah.
club chop or cross chop club, and it's a different position based on where is the guy's body when you're doing it. If it's a
Yeah.
long arm
Oh
guy, it
yeah.
might be the wrist. If it's a
Yeah.
short arm guy, it might be mid forearm. And then if
Oh
the guy
yeah.
really turns when you do the cross chop and you cup and carry it, he might turn real
Yeah.
far. It won't be the tricep. It'll be the back of the pad.
It's gonna be the back of the pad. Yep.
Hand
Exactly.
placement changes based on situational awareness and based on
Yeah.
combat.
Yeah.
And so there's no limit to skill set, right?
Hmm.
10-year NFL vet can change his skills because once your mind's open to and these are martial arts principles of
Hmm.
striking, economy of motion. Make your motion as short as possible to get there. Like if I want to punch you in the face, I don't go away from your face and to your face. I want to strike you, I go to your face. So
That's
guys who
it.
draw their elbows back or drop their
Hmm.
hands an inch or two to reload to strike, no good. And you
Yeah.
can train that till perfection,
Oh yeah.
right? By videoing
100%.
it and by doing, tennis ball drops and doing the Makiwara training and stuff. And then as far as mindset,
Hmm.
one of the things we do a lot of verbal cues with my training. So in the Bible, it says, God spoke and said, let there be light. God didn't think there should
No.
be light. He said, let there be light. So the players you were asking me about how to cue your guys in. Your
Hmm.
players should be reciting back to you your coaching principles and points. I call it self-hypnosis. I'm like, guys, I need you to hypnotize. I'm going to teach you how to hypnotize yourself. Here's how you hypnotize yourself. You're constantly saying to yourself what your mental cues are. Get off, pick my feet up, lean, 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 pad level low, launch out like I'm being fired out of a cannon. I have my guys mumbling that when they're walking up to the line of scrimmage.
Look,
And so when I
I
say to
love this. I love this. I'm
bro,
so sorry to cut you off because guys that are in this watching this live and when I post this later, what do I tell you guys every time? There's certain times where we're doing like footwork drills or we're doing certain aspects of pass rush and I'm saying just talk to yourself. When I'm thinking about, like, for example, the spin move, when I do my setup spin move, I tell myself as I'm walking up to the line, as the ball is snapped, in, out, spin, in, out, spin, in, out, spin, in, out, spin. And it every time, it just helps
so
you guide you along the path.
and again, scripture, because I'm a person of faith. Never let the word of God get out of your mouth. It's called murmuring,
Mm,
right? And so one of the things we say to the kids, I say, repeat after me. I am unblockable.
I love that.
I
I
am
love that.
unblockable. You have got to realize that. And I say to the kids, street, I'm in a club, bro, and some man grabs my shirt. I'm not letting him keep his hand there.
Oh, absolutely not.
Better yet, what's better than getting a handoff? Intercepting the hand before it gets on you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you let somebody block you, you just gave that man permission to keep his hands on you. You
Yes.
permitted it.
Hmm.
Now there are the martial arts stuff that I teach that guy's not going to want to do that because if somebody's holding your arm, somebody's holding your jersey, and I tell my guys, I was like, you play 1 second past the whistle.
Yes. Oh yeah. Always.
Never hit to the
Always.
neck, never hit to the thread, to the head, to the helmet. We keep our violence on the field. You put your chin strap on. That's where I want my violence. I don't want it in the classroom. I don't want it in the club. I don't want it in the weight room. But when somebody has their hand on you after the play, just because the play's over doesn't mean the fight has stopped.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have to get the
definitely.
last shot in on his
Yeah.
arm. Now,
Yeah.
whether that's an inside forearm bone strike, whether it's a low hand that's a downward elbow strike on the top of
Yeah.
his forearm,
Oh yeah. Right
whether
up
it's a
here, the
long
meaty part.
arm, yes, sir, the radial nerve, or whether it is a shot to the inside of the bicep,
Hmm.
or it's a double knife hands down, get your hands off, or double ox jaws up, or it's a inside out. It doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
getting the hand off and get your hands off of me, you
That's
rotten
it.
son of a bitch. You
That's
know,
it.
you have to every play and be so relentless in your violence. He goes back to the huddle and he's like, man, I need the tight end to chip this guy. This guy's insane. He's not playing football. He's
Exactly.
trying to kill me.
Oh
If
yeah.
you were a
Oh
defensive
yeah.
line, an offensive lineman too, like one of my all-pro guys, Willie Rofe, who's in the Hall of Fame. Willie's punch, his whole goal was to punch and then set. Now he was a 550 bencher,
Mm.
super quick, beautiful feet. And when
Yeah.
he hits you with a
You
single or
felt
double
it.
palm heel, punch and set for pass pro, if you don't have a mouthpiece in, you're going to chatter your teeth and you get
Yeah.
whiplash, right? And so the offensive lineman, and this is, again, getting to mindset,
Hmm.
the system I have, I named it 30 years ago, combat football. Because I'm a combat guy.
Yep.
Play football my whole life. Tore my knee up when I tried to come down and play college football in Louisiana. Never got to play. Joined the Marines, and
Yep.
then got to do football as my dream as a coach, which was such a blessing from God. There are no pushes. There are no slaps in football. They are only
No.
strikes.
Yes.
But
Strike.
but so the mindset of violence, people like kids, like I'll hear coaches when I go to coaches clinics or coaches, I go to high schools I volunteer at high schools locally.
Yeah.
So I want to go bless the kids, bless the coaches, and it's just to be there. And
Amen.
it's just such a blessing to see these kids fire for football and their spark and their desire to get better. But if you take the word, again, we're talking about words here, right? Words are
Hmm.
things. If I say financially, and I've
Yeah.
been very blessed throughout my life with our businesses and my coaching career and our investments, I can't afford that. That's a scarcity broke word. If I say that's not currently in my budget, totally different thing,
Oh yeah.
right?
100%. I agree.
So if I say to somebody, we're going to do a club swim, is a swim a violent word or a soft word?
I would say it's a soft word.
We do in the combat football system, it's the same move, but it's called a club chop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Chop. That's
Totally
more
different.
abrasive.
Yeah, more violent. So if I say, you know, in pass pro, it's a strike. It's a palm heel. I call it a palm heel punch. I want him to think it's a punch, but I'm using the heel of
Mhm.
my hand.
It's a heel upon.
And
Yeah.
right, it just and not my hand.
Yeah. No.
The
It's got to
heel
be
of my
that
hand, like the
heel.
heel of my foot. I
Yeah.
see guys do drills on all the time, and I see the fingers touching. You're spreading your violent energy through a surface area of this big rather than this big. Extend the
Yeah.
palm. And you'll feel the palm through the shoulder pad, chest plate. You'll feel that. But
Oh
if you hit with
yeah.
the whole hand, it's kind of a thud, not a kunk, not a strike.
Yeah.
So
Oh
use
yeah.
violent words. Like the rip, I don't call it a rip. I call it a nuclear rip.
I love that
Right?
nuclear rip.
Right? And
Yeah.
when when we're doing anything like the double swipe, I call it forearm double chop, right? Because like
Yeah.
again and again, it might be my forearms, it might be the edge of my hand, could be the heel of my
Yeah.
hand. Here's one of the things that
Exactly.
makes me throw up in my mouth. I see guys doing the double chop and they're using the
Oh yeah.
back of their hand.
How?
And this
Yeah.
hand's correct. This is the weakest bones in your body. No, 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 no.
Mm.
This hand has to be turned to strike, right?
Yeah.
Turn to strike.
Yeah.
It's critical that, again, it's the martial arts military thing. You only use hard weapons on hard targets.
Yep.
The back of the hand, the fingers are weapons for the eyes, the throat, and the groin. You don't use those for hard targets like forearms and elbows and stuff.
Mm.
So learning the targets, learning the weapons. This guy came out with this thing that has like numbers on it on the arm and the chest to where to
Yes, the
strike.
dog trainer.
Dog, yeah, the dog trainer.
Yeah.
And I've talked to the guy a bunch. The dog trainer's great for foundational training for the targets, but I want you to know what the targets are in the anatomy underneath the skin and why it's
Yes.
important. So I talked to like this kid, these kids I'm training right now that are doing so good at Tulane. Love those kids. It's my 4th year there. This year I'm
Awesome.
in more of a consulting capacity. For the last
Mhm.
3 years, coaching games, sidelines, the whole thing. This year, I'm not sure yet about that. Love being there, love the coaches, love the culture. But when you can explain to a kid the why and the what, and you understand what it is, it sinks better,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
So words have creative power. So why am I striking the mid of the forearm like you were just pointing out that spot on your arm? Because that changes their tensor and they cramp up in the 3rd and 4th quarter. The O lineman can't hold you.
Yeah.
I'm attacking the forearm to take his mindset to cause him damage like I am a rolling ball of butcher knives. And he just,
Yeah.
like people are asking me like, what's more important, the will, the mind? I said the will and the mindset. And they're like, why is
Mhm.
that, coach? What if a guy's this big and that big? I was like, have you ever tried to hold a 6-pound cat that didn't want you to hold it? Who wins?
Good luck.
Who wins? The
It's
cat.
gonna be the cat.
Because of his
Always.
intention
Yes.
and his why and his purpose, and because he's not going to let go. And like one of the things I'm working with the kids, and I know this drives you nuts. It drives all D-line coaches nuts.
Mhm.
It is a 7 or 8 yard drop for a QB, maybe 6. I think 7 or 8. So the rush tree, you have speed, power, counter zone. 2 worst
Yes.
places for D lineman to be, on the ground or behind the quarterback. So when you're coming in, and I see guys in the league even, they'll try 1 or 2 moves and then they just grab the guy. It's going to take you 3 to 5
Yeah.
moves to get to the quarterback.
Oh
If you
yeah.
don't have a 3 to 5 move set combination in your head, now you're going to be reactive, high hand or low hand, inside
For
hand,
sure.
outside hand. But if you're like, okay, I studied the guy's film. I know he's an outside puncher. I know he's a high puncher. He's 6'7", 6'8" as an O tackle.
Yeah. He's
I'm going to do a
rangy, so like
I'm going to do a high double swipe. Then I'm going to
mhm.
dip my shoulder, touch the field, but then I'm going to rip to clear, and then I'm going to
Yep.
reach. You got to
Yep.
have 4 moves to get there. And so
Got
that's a
to.
skill set and a mindset. I fight, and there's one of the things I say to my guys, I don't care if you can get to the quarterback. A hurry and a hit is as good as a sack. But when
I've heard that.
you're coming around the tackle, the quarterback releases the ball. I want you to run past him, and I want him to feel
Mm.
your breath on the back of his neck. And I want
Yes.
you to know how close you're getting, because that's
Oh
going to get
yeah.
him, right? And that's the Marine Corps combative thing. You want people to know that they're like, you want somebody to get in a fight with you in football, legally, within the rules, that they
Yep.
aren't mentally prepared. Like in jujitsu, what we say is, I'm going to take you out to really deep water, and bro, you don't know how to effing swim. That's how you want
Yeah.
those to feel in a football. You want the offensive tackles and guards and centers to be like, I wasn't ready for this. This guy's
Yeah.
like a raving maniac. Now you can
Oh yeah.
still be your,
100%.
oh, I'm not coach, I'm not crazy like that. You can find a little bit more juice when you put the right purpose behind it. But so that's the mindset part, words, encouragement, getting to know the players' whys. Like we had a kid, and I know this is one of your questions. I had written down one of the answers to it.
Yeah.
One of the coaches didn't like him, just didn't like him for no reason.
Yeah.
Good kid, hardworking kid, young kid. And then the coach left, went to another school, and I pulled him to the side. I'm like, I see you. I see what you got. I see what's inside of you. And just so you know, I always saw it, and I didn't appreciate how this other coach kind of ignored you and stuff like that. Get with me. If you want to get
Mhm.
better, get with me. He's like, Coach, I really appreciate you saying that. I was about to go in the portal. And the kid stayed, and last year had a phenomenal year,
Of course he did. I love
right?
that, man. I love
Well, bro,
that.
it only takes, like, think about how many men in your life, coaches, teachers, bosses, how many people in our lives just gave us like a freaking teaspoon of encouragement, and it gave us the
Mhm.
will to go to the next level. And
Oh
as a
yeah.
football coach, like I don't coach plays, I coach
Yeah.
players.
Coaching players and people. Yep.
Right? And luckily I'm in the skills development coach on the strength staff as a consultant right now. I get to do
Mhm.
that. I get to know the kid. I get to study their film and ask a player. player questions. And what you were talking about, getting in a player's head. So the voice in our head at all times is our own voice. When you're
Yeah,
telling the
yeah.
kids to talk, okay, right? Inside, outside spin. You're telling the kids and you're teaching them how to be self-coaching.
Yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
the best players have great self-talking or self-coaching. You watch the videos of Aaron Donald when he's mic'd
Yes, I
up?
was. Yep, yep. And he's
I
just going
mean,
back and forth. Come on,
yeah,
AD. Come on, AD. I need
yeah.
more. I
So,
need more.
and he
One
was a
more play.
huge practitioner. He had a Krav Maga instructor. And you see the
Hmm.
videos where the guys coming at him with knives and he's
Yes.
blocking
Yep.
and stuff like that. We don't need it. Knives are cool, but I don't bring knives in the facility. I don't think
Yeah. Oh
coaches
yeah. I
would
agree.
like me bringing knives in there. But we do a lot of and mental toughness training too. And you've seen the stuff with the striking I do, right?
Yes, I have.
You're telling a kid to have violent hands and his hands are soft like cupcakes because he's never trained them. Unless you're training the weapons, the hands and the forearms, unless you're conditioning that, like Muay Thai people, I do Muay Thai too. We kick our shins on very hard stuff all the time. So
Oh
my
yeah, I've
shins are
seen
dead.
that.
So
I've
I can
seen
kick you in
that.
the outside of your leg and it's like you're getting hit with a baseball bat. But I'm not
Mm.
going to. And same with
Yep.
my forearms and my hands. That's why martial arts guys can break bricks with the edge of their hand, the fist, the knuckles, the heel of the hand. And I break boards with my offensive and defensive linemen in training camp. Because
Dude.
again, the change that gives them, oh my gosh, I do have striking power. And then the science
Mm.
part of it, and I mentioned this to you when we were private messaging.
Yeah.
Say you're a baseball, one of my good friends who passed away from cancer, Marine Corps buddy, his son just got drafted in Major League Baseball.
Hmm.
Great kid, love him, real close with him. And I was like, he's a baseball pitcher. I was explaining to him, I was like, you got to work your reverse decelerators because your brain, he throws a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Your brain's not going to let you go to 98 or 100 if your confidence is lacking in your rhomboid, rear delt,
Yeah,
trap, and
yeah.
lat because your brain's like, I got to protect the shoulder. I'm not going to let it do it. If you're
Mm.
offensive or defensive lineman or defensive back, because defensive back's got to have good jams, or
Yes.
a
Yep.
receiver, it's got to get good get off, chop. They do the same moves as the D lineman, or the linebacker, or the tight end, or the blocking back, whoever. If they don't have
Hmm.
confidence in this, or the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the forearm, the palms, the brain's going to say, well, the kid benches 400. I can't let him hit with 400 pounds because
Yeah.
he's going to break his hand. So the brain will
Exactly.
hold you back from your maximum violence. But when you condition this over time, the brain goes, oh, yeah, the guy can break
We're
bricks
good.
and boards. Let him punch as hard as he
Hmm.
can. And my offensive and defensive linemen, you know, your hands and wrists turn to hamburger meat during a full season.
Oh yeah.
None of my guys get hurt. None of their
Mm.
hands get hurt. None of their wrists get
Amazing.
hurt because since March, where you see me posting them, we're doing push-ups on our knuckles.
Just yep.
We're doing push-ups on our heels of our hands with our fingers up. We're doing push-ups on the
Hmm.
back of our hands. We're doing push-ups with our hands inverted. We're striking
Yeah.
hard things over and over and over again twice a week. And then we're doing arm conditioning, like shin conditioning to each other, because offensive lineman, the defensive lineman's going to chop your arm. If your arm starts to hurt, they're going to chop you. You're going to pull it back in alligator. I want your
Oh
forearms to
yeah.
be like axe handles.
Yeah.
Again,
Hundred
that
percent.
trains the warrior mindset too, bro. So that's a big fun part. I love this stuff so much because it's,
Yeah.
being with guys like you who love the development aspect of football and love the human aspect and mentoring aspect. Like I sent all my guys I'm coaching right now, there was a great thing out a really hip pastor did
Hmm.
about 98% of your success and happiness in your life comes from who you choose as a partner. But it was done in such
Yeah.
a cool way. And I've been with my wife 30 years. I talk to the kids. They
Amazing.
met my wife. They see how I honor her, how I talk about her. I catch them talking about their girlfriends. I'm like, hey, only scumbags and punks talk about what they're doing with their ladies. Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
It
Oh
demeans
yeah.
you. It demeans her. Don't do it. That's classless.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's not funny. That's private. Keep it private. And so then this video was so great. I said it to all my guys, like, hey, when you guys are looking for a spouse, this is a beautiful description of criteria for it. I'm not just going to coach these kids on football because
Absolutely
they
not.
trust me.
You'd be
I'm
doing them
not
a
doing my
disservice.
job. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the world's got it wrong, bro.
Yeah.
The world's got everything so screwed up. And how we, honor our bosses, the other coaches we work with, how we honor our spouses, how we honor our friends. People that talk shit about other people, talking shit about you when you're not in the room.
Oh, 100%.
That's how it
100%.
goes, man.
That's how it goes. That's life. That is
So
life.
yeah,
That is
and
life.
I'm blowing. I love to talk about all this. I'm sure you can tell. But any other questions you want to chop up?
Yeah, I do actually. Talking about speaking with athletes and the whole mindset thing. How do you structure your feedback to ensure that athletes are internalizing both technical corrections and mindset growth? Because it's a
Beautiful.
very fine line, and I found myself almost tiptoeing certain concepts when I do talk to especially younger guys. So I'd love to hear what you think of that.
So tiptoeing. Can you give me an example of tiptoeing you're talking about?
I mean something very generic. So like I got a very young group, and I'm trying to
Teenagers.
instill. Pardon me?
Teenagers.
Yeah, they're just getting into their grade nines, going into
Okay,
grade 10.
great.
One kid actually, he's a grade 8 going into grade 9, and I mean, tiptoeing is a very hard, like not it's a bigger word to use, but I'm refraining from,
Give me the
like, I want to
concept.
get them to be more, violent, get that
Sure.
dog out of them without having to resort to cussing or how I would normally attack it with my
Yeah.
older guys.
Well, and cussing is. I do my best not to do that.
Mm,
You know what? So what do the kids want?
they
What
want
are
to
the
get better
universal?
as be
So there's a great
yeah,
book about marriage called Love and Respect.
yeah,
Women want to be loved, men want to be
respected.
respected. Hey, I see out there, in practice, and see you doing your drills. Is respect something that's important to you?
100%.
There's only one way for you to earn respect from your teammates and from the player across from you.
Hmm.
You got to go at him as hard as you can, like he is your least favorite person in the world and he just slapped your little sister. You got to know the person in their life, right? Just
Oh
slapped your
yeah,
mother, just slapped your grandmother, and you're going in there to defend her. You have to find a way, and I'm talking to you like you're the 14-year
yeah,
old kid. You have to find the switch in your brain that turns you into a combative athlete. And I tell the kids this, like if you ask my O-line and D-lineman everywhere I've ever coached, what
hmm,
is O-line and D-line play in football? It's not football. Coach Storm says it's a street fight.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, if you think this is X's and O's in football, you're not going to have a dominant. I don't want you to win the play. I want you to dominate that guy, mind, body, and spirit. I want you to
Mm,
take his soul and his confidence in such a way that at halftime, he's wondering whether he wants to go back in the game. And I
hmm.
want you to get so much respect from that guy where he thinks, like there's a thing in the Marine Corps in World War I, our nickname is Teufel Hunden, and it means devil dog. And when the
Mm,
Germans were fighting in Belleau Woods in France, and the Marines came to relieve the army, the Germans said they thought that Satan had opened the doors of hell and let demons out because we fought with such ferocity. And
mm.
I tell the stories, and Coach Witt's so good about that, telling the story about being a Green Beret and what mattered in combat and the brotherhood and counting on one another. And, wanting those young men and giving them permission. And I said, put your hand out. I slap his hand. I said, that's your permission slip to be as strong and as tough and as mean as you want to be on the field. And I said, society is teaching you to be soft often. I'm
Mhm.
going to tell you that regardless of what society says, sometimes violence is the answer. And on the football field, violence is almost always the answer in the interior line.
Oh, always, always.
So that's kind of how I frame it. I frame it as kind of a teacher, a coach,
Yeah.
and then so physical contact is so important. It's called a kinesthetic anchor. As
Hmm.
soon as I see a kid have a great rep where they're just like chopping their feet, their arms don't stop moving, they're grunting and groaning and spitting and snorting, I go up and grab them by the back of the neck or grab their arm, or if we're in shirts, I grab their shoulder. I said, that's what I want. That's you. That's what
Yes,
I've been
reinforce
seeing in
that.
you that you're finally letting out. And then I
Mm,
anchor and encourage it. You know, there's a old school thing. Like I'm 61, bro.
yeah.
And when I came up in
61.
football, yes, sir. When I came,
Nice.
that's what kids are
Nice.
like. They were like, when I do like some kid who was one of the toughest kids. I coached in South Carolina last year for a week because the D
Hmm.
line coach in Tulane won the Cotton Bowl. That's how my career
Yeah.
goes. Coaches and players leave, and they're like, you got to bring this guy up. So I went and
Yeah.
coached South Carolina last year, and I'm pounding on the guys, doing my thing. Great program. Coach Beamer is so great. Coach T. Rob is so great. Dear friend of mine. And so I'm in the training room at lunch, and we're all hanging out talking. And Nick Amamori, who is the biggest, best safety I've ever coached, and
Hmm.
I just coached him a little bit because I was mostly D-line, O-line, and he challenged me to the arm bone banging contest. He's like,
Oh shit.
hey, coach, he's 6'2", 45-inch vertical, literally,
Wow.
right? 4'4", 235 pounds. Like he's like
Explosive.
Legion of Boom. Remember Cam
Yep.
from
Oh yeah.
from the Seahawks? He's that guy.
Yes, sir.
So he comes in the training room, and I got it on video. So
Hmm.
one of the players recorded it. And he's banging. We're banging arms. And then after about 15 of them, he stops and leans down, holds his arm, runs away, holding his arm. He's like, "Where are you going?" So the players were like, Coach, you're 61. How come you always beat us?
Hmm.
And I'm 5'11 and a half, 190 pounds. So I joke around. I was like, don't let this skinny old white guy beat you. Right? And I said, here's the difference. I've trained longer, but my mindset is such, I'm not going to stop banging my arm unless I get a compound fracture and my bone comes out of my arm.
Mm,
You've given yourself permission to stop when the pain becomes too much. I don't give
mm.
myself permission to stop ever.
Yes, 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 yes.
Right? And so
Absolutely.
the military thing I wanted to cover with that, and Navy SEAL, Green Beret, Marine Corps, it's all the same stuff. Your body, remember your brain's job is to protect you, brother.
Yep.
Your body will be at 60 or 65% capacity, and your brain will try to shut you down for safety purposes.
It does. Yeah.
You have got to, and to your point before, and I love that you're doing it, you got to talk, but brain, shut up. Be
Yeah.
quiet, you
Cut it
little
out.
bitch.
Yeah. Cut it out. I don't need to hear
I'm
you
not
right now.
saving anything in the tank on these sprints. I'm going to
Uh,
finish and throw up if I need to because I'm going to get faster and increase my stamina, and I'm going to breathe better and increase my APT. Football players are terrible breathers; they're chest breathers. You got to
oh yeah.
practice seconds in, seconds. It fuels your muscles, fuels your decision making in the third and fourth quarter. So I do a lot of
Yeah.
martial arts breathing with them too. But you got to tell your brain to shut up.
Oh yeah.
So you got to tell your brain, keep going, keep going. He's about to quit. That tackle's about to fold. That little wimp. I'm going to keep kicking his ass. Yeah, I'm tired. My arms hurt. I'm not, because good players get tired.
Oh yeah.
Great
Everybody gets
players,
tired.
great players feel the same thing, but they don't acknowledge it.
Yes.
That's the mindset thing. Like, so you really think that that other tackle has more stamina than you? No, he's just deciding to not give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Powerful.
mindset work. And it's how bad do you want it? What do you want? What are you willing to do to get it? And like, there's a great, if you don't listen to Ed Milet, listen to Ed Milet's podcast. It's the number one business podcast,
Oh, I've
motivational
heard of
podcast,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
phenomenal, the best. And he has guests on there that are great in personal development. So all football problems, coaching problems, player problems are personal problems. You got to fix your mindset. You got to constantly put fresh water in the pond to change how you think because of your family of origin, because of your coaches, because of negative things that were said to you by your grandparents, coaches, school teachers you carry around. You got to dump that stuff out all the time and replace it. You got to upgrade your operating system. You got to delete stuff that no longer serves you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the kids, when we get them in high school or college, their hard drive has already got so much
So much.
incorrect data on it, right? Like a
Mhm.
big, heavy kid that's kind of fat. Did you see that 450-pound nose guard from Florida that got drafted by the Bucks?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah.
We
Where did he get drafted to again?
Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yes, the Buccaneers. Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
played Florida in our bowl game, the Gasparilla Bowl last year,
Hmm.
and we don't have like a 4-star recruit on our squad. They're all squads 4 and 5-star recruits.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Florida Gators NIL money is like 10 times what ours is. But that
Damn.
cat, bro, our guard and our center were all conference first team. They couldn't move that mountain.
Of course. That's a large man. A
That is a
very
full
large man.
grown man. That is a full grown man. And he would go like step, swat, Randy White, club, boom. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
just
Throw a
bring the
300
boom.
pound, throw a 300-pound kid like a dog. But the kids, they've been told they're too heavy. So,
Hmm.
going to the nutritional part, I think that mindset, skill set, and nutrition and what I call habits and routine are so unactualized in high school, college, and pro football players.
Hmm.
Pro, not as much because they got nutritionists and they got, you know, FST people and they got ART people and
Right.
chiropractors and,
Yeah.
they got all this cupping and they're doing all this stuff. Like you see how much money uh, Eddie George spent for nutritionists. You see how much money King Henry's still spending
Yeah. Oh
on all
yeah.
that stuff. It's an ROI investment. So what I was
100%.
working with some of my kids this week at Tulane at the request of some of the coaches. We got great nutrition at Tulane. Sarah's great. But again, it's the influence that I have is Sensei Storms, Master
Hmm.
Storms, Coach Storms, where they're like, Coach, you're shredded. And I was like, bro, I probably eat more protein than you do. And they're
Hmm.
like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're 250. And I eat lunch in the calf with the guys. And you got to have carbs because of your outputs.
Yeah.
But your protein intake has to exceed your body weight.
Yeah. Oh
Otherwise,
yeah.
you're going to lose weight. And all the training you're doing, you got to get your carbs, your veggies, your fruit, the sugar and all that stuff and do your protein. But I was like, you're not eating, enough to maintain your muscle mass and grow it because carbs don't grow muscle mass. Carbs are for energy. So here's what I want you to do for me. Keep me a food diary for the next week. What you ate, when you ate it. And if you want to reach for a bag of chips, I want you to cook, 8 or 10 chicken breasts, 8 or 10 hamburgers in your oven, because all the kids got the money to do
Of course
this.
they got it. They got the
And then
money. They
when
got
you
the
want a
time.
bag of chips or a bag of pretzels, all I want you to do this week is 2 things. Keep your food diary and replace your carbohydrate snacks with Greek yogurt, whatever. Replace your carb snacks with a protein snack. And one of my
Hmm.
kids who wanted to lose 5 or 10 pounds just to be a little bit quicker, and he's not heavy
Yeah.
by all means, but he's a little bit, I would say, puffy maybe, because
Chubby. Yeah.
carbs make you
Chubby.
puffy. Yeah, lost like
Yeah.
5, 6 pounds in a week
There it is.
by upping his protein and getting rid of not changing, not eating, but getting rid of like a bag of freaking Lay's potato chips, a family-sized bag of Lay's potato chips. Eat a hamburger and a chicken breast.
Yeah. Exactly.
Put barbecue sauce on it, ketchup. I don't care.
Yeah.
So, but and for coaches, because I coach a lot of former players, because you look healthy, but there's a lot of morbidly obese football coaches
Oh,
and
it's
former
yeah.
players.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you want to hear
For
like a
sure.
terrible thing? So NFL's got a good retirement plan, right?
Yep.
NFL retirement plan. You know what age it kicks in at?
No,
55.
actually I don't. 55. Okay. Yeah.
You know the average lifespan of an NFL lineman is
Less than that.
53.
Or just yeah.
So one of the big reasons is like the cause of everything in our health that's wrong with us is inflammation. Type 2
Yes.
diabetes, dementia, Alzheimer's, heart attack, stroke, 98% of all cancers, obesity, hardening of the arteries,
Mm.
and there's another one. 9 of the top 10 killers of men and women in the United States are metabolic illnesses caused by lifestyle. Lifestyle that's caused by
Mm.
inflammation, that's caused by insulin resistance. So insulin resistance is cookies, donuts, ice cream, pancakes, candy bars, bread, pasta, rice, potato chips, whiskey, wine, beer, anything that turns to sugar.
Yeah.
So you get a player who has eating a non-inflammatory diet, he's not going to get injured as much.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ligaments and
100%.
tendons and muscles are supported better,
Mm.
right? You get a player who's taking proper electrolytes in the morning. Your camera just went off, bro. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, so first thing in the morning, you got to have 30 to 50 grams of protein. Don't have oatmeal is dog shit. I have a farm. My cows or horses are looking skinny. I give them oatmeal to make them fat. That is
Yeah.
oatmeal and rice and pasta are for poor people. Now, are they good carbs? I'd rather you eat a sweet potato,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
potatoes
Yeah.
got way more nutrients in it than pasta and bread. And I want you to eat sourdough bread because there's a less
Mm.
glycemic load and it's good for your gut and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
So I just dial stuff in for people because I'm a certified health coach. But you take a player and you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You drink your body weight in water on the days you're doing sprints and legs and chest and mobility
Yep.
and stuff because you're sweating. Louisiana's like living on the surface of the sun. I mean, it's ridiculous down
Oh,
here,
I
right?
bet. Yeah.
But the hydration, the sleep, and the nutrition, and the weight training, the speed work, and the skills development mindset stuff, you get an unstoppable warrior. And that's what I call like my mindset stuff, I call warrior mindset. I need you to have a
Mm.
warrior mindset. You're a samurai. You're a
Yeah.
U.S. Marine. You're a Navy SEAL who happens to be playing football in the trenches. That's the
Yep.
mindset. This is war. I want you to punish that son of a bitch. Knockback is a punch in the mouth. You just happen to be two palm heels into his chest and getting under his pads. These are
Yep.
violent strikes. You're not pushing and extending. You're punching him in the chest. I
Oh
want you to
yeah.
stand him up with a strike.
Exactly. And
And
you see
then,
that
then it's
that
so much,
head rattle.
and then it's so much easier to do a shock shed when the shock is actually shocking,
Yeah.
right?
Surprise. Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do shock sheds. What I do is I do bands wrapped around poles,
Mm.
and they shock. Somebody was asking about hand position
Uh,
earlier. So hand position it depends. Some people teach it straight. I don't teach
yep.
that. Some
No.
people
Yeah.
teach a 45 turn. Some people teach thumbs up sideways. Me,
Yeah.
it's thumbs up sideways or 45. They're both
Yeah.
good.
45 and thumbs up.
They're both good as long as the palm heels are what's hitting first. And then I teach thumbs tucked in. How many guys hurt this joint? All of us, right? When you tuck your thumb in, it makes the heel of your hand harder as well as it protects the thumb joint. Tuck your thumb in. Same with on the chops. Palm heels, tuck your thumbs in. All of that stuff. Coach, you look like you're buffering. I don't know if that's you or me.